at Gillette Stadium. Ashland is the Super Bowl champion of Division 6 and the winner of the Aganis Trophy.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Clockertown Ashland High School girls basketball playoffs tonight as they host the Somerset Berkley Raiders. Two teams come in tonight with similar records. Clockers at 9 and 11 during the regular season. Somerset Berkley at 9 and 10. But neither team had common opponents this year. So we're just about ready for opening tap. Melissa Leone will do the honors for the Clockers. And we have it under control. Carly Morella had it for a moment, stripped away. Raiders with their first possession of the night. I'm Josh Abrams, joined by Rob Silver. Raiders with their first shot of the night, no good. Leone with her first rebound.
All right, do your thing.
And Vanessa Thompson in for the starting lineup tonight, unusual. Raiders come down with the rebound. Still no score, about 30 seconds gone by here in the first quarter. Raiders with the ball, top to Allie Powers, one of the 4 captains on this Raider team. Feeding inside, wheeling and dealing. Shot is no good, that was Abby Gachewski. Clockers come down with the rebound. Morella with the ball now. Inside to Leone, in the lane, wheeling, no good. Rebound loose and gathered by the Raiders. Allie Powers comes down with it and brings it up court. Guarded closely by Catherine Carter. Well, give and go under the basket as Powers tried to shoot through the bottom of the basket, no good. Clockers come away with it. Here comes Carly Morella trying to drive in, and she gets called for a carry there. So another turnover for the Clockers. 6:40 gone by, still no score. Opening round playoffs tonight, Clockers and the Raiders. Clockers come in tonight ranked number 22 in Division 2, and the Raiders at number 43. No score here as the Raiders with the ball. And the Clockers force a turnover. Somebody got a hand in there. Might have been Julia Schreiber. It actually stays Raider ball here under the Clocker basket. Fresh shot clock. Carly Cosme tried to make a move, but she traveled. So Catherine Carter will inbound near her own bench. So she and Morella bring the ball up together here over center court. Attempted pass to Melissa Leone gets there. Leone up top now, dish it to Morella, thinks about the three, pulls it back down, drives the lane, and tries to dish to Vanessa Thompson, the freshman, but knocked out of bounds. Clockers will retain possession, 17 on the shot clock, and this will be Catherine Carter under the... Carter to Thompson, over to Morella. Inside to Leone. The layup is up and good, so we finally have a score here tonight. Melissa Leone on the board, 2-0 for the Clockers, just under 6 to go here in the first quarter. And our apologies, we're having some technical difficulties here on the floor, so Rob Silver's microphone no good right now, so you're just going to get me for a little while. So that was Mia Gentile. Tied it up for the Raiders. But then a quick basket by Morella, and the Clockers have the lead once again, 4-2, and Morella go to the line. She got fouled along the way. Foul called on Lily Burren, her first, team's first. Morella's foul shot rims out, so it's still a 4-2 lead for the Clockers. 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Allie Powers brings the ball up. She's their point guard. Now Carly Cosme. Lily Gentile for three, falls short. Leone tries to track down the rebound, but it's gathered by Powers. No travel call there. Could have been. The Clockers end up with the ball. A little sloppy here. Thompson tried to get a pass out. Now Schreiber. Combat knocked me out. That knocked me out. I'm out. The Clockers end up with a inbounds play. Leone now dishes to Morella. Quick three for her, just off the mark. Rebound Leone. She gets her shot blocked out of bounds. It'll stay Clocker ball. So it looks like we only have one working headset tonight, so Rob will be switching off along the way. And Leone gets a quick bucket right under the basket. Nice high percentage shot. She has 4 points. The Clockers have 6 total. So 6-2 lead here for the Clockers. Just over 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Allie Powers guarded by Catherine Carter. Almost an ill-advised pass. Leone got a hand on that pass and breaks it up. Here comes Morella. She's got a shot here. Wheels around, no good. Ball's loose by the baseline and gathered in here by Carly Cosme. Cosme guarded closely by Schreiber, and now we get a travel call. Clockers catch a break there. It could have been a foul on Schreiber, forcing the travel, but they're going to call the travel against the Raiders. 6-2 Clockers. Morella brings it up, flanked by Carter. Schreiber, Leone, and Thompson, the rest of your Ashland starters, and we got a travel violation there against the Clockers. Powers bringing the ball up. Dishes to Cosme. Cosme with a bounce pass deep inside. Ball's loose, tied up, and we've got a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders, so they'll hold on to it. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Gentile, inbounding here. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and the Raiders will inbound in front of the Clocker bench. No substitutions by either team. Better than halfway through the first quarter now. Powers off of a pick, feeds it inside. That's Gajewski. No good. Battling with Leone for a rebound, comes up with it. And Gajewski walks. Clockers catch a nice break there. Carter will inbound to Morella, so no full court pressure here from the Raiders so far. 6-2 game here in the first quarter, 3.5 to go. Morella to Leone. Leone sizes things up well outside. Back over to Morella, guarded closely. There's a quick jumper off the mark. Raiders come down with it. Morella landed awkwardly there. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. Powers now with the ball for the Raiders.
Last foul. All right, back.
Morella ends up with this one. Forces it ahead here to Leone. Leone can't handle it, and the Raiders end up with it. Powers again bringing the ball up. Still no move by either coach for a substitution here. 2:46 to go in the first quarter. Gajewski almost has a pass intercepted. Shot off the mark by Gentile. Raiders will hold on to the ball under the Clocker basket. Carter with a nice defensive move there, knocks the ball out of bounds. So the Rays will try another inbounds pass, this time on the far corner. Lily Byrne backed up her defender, but still no good. Morella here, trying to drive the lane again. A wild running one-hander, but it falls. Morella and Leone now each with 4 points. 8 points total for the Clockers. They're up 8-2. 2:15 to go in the first quarter. Powers thought about driving. She's still wheeling around and now dishes back to Cosme. Powers back up with it at the top of the key. Almost travels again. She's really moving her feet. Another pass blocked by Leone. Carter ends up with it. Hands it off to Thompson. Here's Leone one-on-one in the lane. and draws the foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul's called on Abby Gachewski, her first, team second. Leone buries the first one. That's 5 on the night for her, and we finally do have our first substitution of the night as the Raiders bring in Gabriella Nugent. And Lily Burren sits down. Leone hits the second of 2, so give her 6 points on the night. The Clockers now up 10-2 with 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a 3-ball attempt and nothing but net. Lily Gentile with a 3-ball. Make it 10-5. Leone thought about answering with a 3. Gives it back to Morella now. Long pass inside to Carter, and she walks with it. I'm watching this Raider team during warm-ups, and they seem to have some talented shooters on this team, but it hasn't really shown up in the score so far. Just 5 points so far here in the first quarter, but looking for more. Gachewski now trying to drive in. Takes Thompson all the way to the hoop. Thompson wins the battle. No basket for the Raiders, and here comes Leone trying to drive through traffic. Up, and no good. And now the Raiders on a fast break in transition. Great job of slowing her down and forcing a turnover. And here's Morella driving the lane, runs it in and good. So Morella with 6 points. She and Leone each with 6. Total score for the Clockers, 12-5 now with less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Here's another turnover, and Morella's all alone on a breakaway. Gets the basket and the foul, and she is pumped. That foul's called on Mia Gentile, her first. Rob, I think I missed a foul along the way. The scoreboard has them with 4. I've only got 3. Who's the Ashland foul on? Okay, well, Morella completes the 3-point play, so she takes the scoring lead. Clockers up 15-5. Morella has 9 points. 7-second differential on the shot clock as Lily Gentile drives the lane, gets fouled, no basket, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2. And that one's called on Vanessa Thompson, her first. So here's Gentile. Adds a foul shot to her 3-pointer. She's got 4. Raiders have 6 total. She'll shoot another here. Hits them both, so she has 5 on the night. Here come the Clockers. They can play for last shot. Morella dribbles toward the corner, hands off to Schreiber. Bounce pass inside momentarily to Leone, but ball's turned over. The long pass ahead is too far for Mia Gentile. So another turnover here, 11.2 seconds to go, and Clockers again with a chance for last shot of the quarter. Here comes Morella. Leone on the near wing. Spin move by Morella, dishes to Leone. Leone had an opening there for a moment, doesn't get the shot off, and that's the buzzer for the end of the first quarter. The Clockers up 15-7. So while we have a moment here between quarters, I want to thank tonight's sponsor, Townhouse Pizza, Roast Beef, and Seafood, located at Ledgmere Plaza at the corner of Elliott Street, 126. They have the best roast beef sandwiches in town. But check out all they have to offer, including pizza subs and more, by visiting townhousepizzaroastbeef.com. You can even place your order online, and we certainly want to thank them for providing dinner tonight for us and our broadcast crew. Speaking of the crew, I want to give a big shout-out to them tonight. We've got Tom Hamilton, Nick Cunningham, and Justin O'Brien doing the honors for us tonight.
He's going to mix up. He's going to just see if this one switching them up. So take a quick break. Go ahead.
So we'll take another quick little break here. You're watching Ashland girls basketball on WACA-TV.
something with your head. Yeah, see? Good guy. White ball. I'm just going to walk away and go sit up for a second. All right. You know I will. I'll enjoy it. See you later.
Do you want to do the second quarter?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back underway here. Second quarter action. Ashland girls basketball taking on the Somerset Berkley Raiders. Clockers up 15-7 after one. And start with the ball here in the second quarter. Morella drives the lane, gets the basket and the foul. Already at the line for the second time tonight. That one doesn't fall. The ball's loose. Carter comes up with it, so still Clocker ball. Morella thought about driving. Dishes to the wing to Leone, who drives the lane and gets called for the charge. It was a vicious hit as Abby Gajewski took the brunt of that drive from Leone. So that'll be Leone's first foul. It's a special kind of courage to stand there as Melissa Leone drives on you, but it worked out for Abby Gajewski there. Foul called on Leone. So Allie Powers with a quick jumper off the mark. Leone out-rebounded there. The Raiders kick it back up top. A little sloppy, but they have it. And here's a nice layup play here for Gajewski. So Clockers now up 17-9. Here goes Morella again with that running one-hander down the left side, and she hits it. Morella off to an amazing start here in the first half. A little defensive breakdown there by the Clockers as Lily Gentile scores the basket and draws the foul from Vanessa Thompson. Correction, make that Harley Morella. I had Thompson with the foul. The scoreboard says otherwise. We'll go with the scoreboard. Gentile hits the foul shot. She's got 8 points tonight. She has 8 of the 12. Leone thought about an open three and passed it to a heavily guarded Morella, caught in the corner but gets fouled by Carly Cosme. That's her second. And now I'm caught up on fouls for the Raiders. I had missed the first one for Cosme. That's her second. It was a bad pass, too high for Schreiber. And here comes Allie Powers. Drives the lane up and over and in. So Allie Powers gets on the board, 2 points for her, and we'll get a quick timeout called by the Clockers for what had been an 8-point lead is now 5 with 6:41 to go here in the second quarter. While we have a timeout on the floor, I want to remind you that our registration now open for the Clocker Club Golf Tournament. It's taking place at the Blackstone National Country Club in Sutton on May 19th. You can go to clockerclub.org/golf for registration and sponsorship information. So taking a quick look at a little history for both teams. The Clockers, their final regular season game was a 43-35 win here against Wayland a week ago Saturday. So, and meanwhile, the Raiders, their last game was a 57-37 loss to Joseph Case High School. That was about a week and a half ago. So both teams a little bit rusty here. Their playoff game coming a week and a half following their final regular season game. And as I mentioned in the pregame, teams have similar regular season records. The Clockers at 9-11, the Raiders at 9-10. But hard to judge since the two teams did not have any common opponents. So coming out of the timeout, Clockers at inbound. Catherine Carter, again, no defensive pressure, full court defensive pressure from the Raiders tonight. And so far, Ashland coach Dave Padovano sticking with his 5 starters. No Katie Klepper tonight. Here's Leone driving up and in. Nice job from the left side for Leone. She has 8 points tonight. Clockers back up by 7. Allie Powers bringing the ball up. She'll be met by Catherine Carter. Ball quickly dished to Sperling. And then back over to Gentile. Back up top for 3. Nothing but net. Gabriella Nugent with that 3 ball. Again, Rob, we saw this in the warm-ups. Raiders looked like they had a a good, strong collection of outside shooters, and it's starting to come around now. They're only down by 4. The Clockers have led from the get-go. Here's Leone to Morella for a deep 3. Off the glass, no good. Ball's loose, and Catherine Carter ends up with it. Back to Schreiber. Morella's going to drive the lane left side. Rolls it in for another 2. So Morella having a terrific night. I have her with 15 points of the Clockers' 23. Leone with the balance. Here's Powers, guarded by Carter. Dishing inside. Kaczewski shot wide, but a late foul called here. This one goes against Vanessa Thompson. That's her second. Kaczewski at the line. She has one field goal tonight. Hits the foul shot. Second shot no good. Carter with the rebound. Kicks it back out to Leone. Brings it up court. Clockers set up a half-court offense here. Leone drives right down the lane and gets it. Another basket for her. Powers to Sperling. Over to Gentile. 3 ball from the top. Nothing but net. Gonna have to get a body on her pretty soon. Here's Morella. To Schreiber. Schreiber at the top, inside to Leone. Back up top to Schreiber and to Carter. 16 on the shot clock now. On the baseline to Morella. Feeds it out to Thompson. We'll get a blocking foul called. That foul is called on Lily Gentile, her first. And we have a substitution here as Gabriella Nugent sits down. Shot doesn't fall for Morella. Here comes Allie Powers. Looks like Lily Burren is back into the game for the Raiders. The shot from the top of the key, that's a 2. Carter to Thompson. Schreiber at the top of the key now. Inside to Leone. Spins around, tries to split the defense, draws a foul. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. See which of 2 players that one was called against. And it'll go to Lily Burren, her second. Team's 8th. Clocker's in the bonus now. This is a shooting foul, so no 1-and-1. Leone gets the friendly bounce there. And a player I don't have on the roster just checked in for the Raiders, number 21. Leone hits the second of 2. I have her with 12 points now. Powers calling out the play. She brings it up court. Sperling now. Dishes to Gentile. Over to Kaczewski. Kaczewski tried to drive, but she gets stopped. Here goes Thompson, a little tentative. Tries to force a pass ahead to Carter, but the Raiders had already recovered. So turnover here. Clockers by 4 with 3.5 to go in the first half. Pass inside to Kaczewski, and they're calling a tight game tonight, Rob. 3 referees. We usually only have 2, but in the playoffs, get 3 referees. And travel violation called against the Raiders. The Raiders take the timeout on the floor. Clockers up 27-23. Again, based on regular season records, 9-10, 9-11. Very similar regular season records. We're seeing a pretty close game here. The Clockers had jumped out to a big lead. They were up by 8 at the end of the first quarter, but the lead's down to 4 right now. While we have the timeout, I want to take a quick look around Clocker Nation. Congratulations to the boys hockey team for making the playoffs. They're going to host Amesbury Thursday night at 6:30 at Loring. Bob Savin and I will have the call for that game. Also want to say congratulations to Michael Long for placing 15th in the 300 meter at the All-State meet over the weekend. That's boys indoor track. The swimming All-State meet was also on Saturday, and Abby Pexey set a school record in the 200 and 500 free. Mandy Reed set a new personal best with her time in the 500 free. And finally, the wrestling team, not to be outdone, they saw Matt Gillis and Patrick Delary earn second place in the 182 and 220 classes respectively, and Anton Puhach finished in fifth place at 170 on Sunday in the All-State meet. All three of them move on to the All-New England meet this weekend in Providence. Back to the action at hand, girls basketball, Clockers, Raiders. Clockers by 4, 3:15 to go in the first half. With the ball, Leone now at the top of the key, sizing things up off the dribble, has Morella underneath. Morella had a bad angle there. Leone crashed in, grabbed a rebound away from her. Neither one of them could put the ball in the basket, unfortunately, and it's turnover. Raiders now bring the ball up with 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Clockers by 4. Try a little give and go there. Schreiber will just let that ball go out of bounds. Clockers will inbound on the near sideline. Oh, they're going to say that. Not sure that's going to end up being Raider ball, but that's the call on the floor. Raiders hold on to it. Abby Powers now with the ball. 16 on the shot clock. Trying to beat Carter. Here's Leone forcing a turnover. She's got one girl to beat. Drives the lane and gets a blocking foul as Audrey Sperling never had position. Leone will go back to the line. So Sperling's first foul of the night. Raiders approaching double bonus territory. 9 team fouls called on them. Leone only finds the back of the rim on the foul shot. Clocker still up by 4. Leone gets the second. So she has 5 points from the line tonight. Clockers by 5 for the game. Sperling dishes off to Gentile. No good by Nugent. Out of bounds. Clockers will take over. Okay, Morella will bring the ball up here for the Clockers and set things up in the half court. Leone now with the ball, takes the 3, a little off the mark, and the Raiders end up with it. Powers trying to push things up a little bit here. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first half. Powers took a walk with it, trying to drive the basket, and the Clocker fans, the Clocker bleachers, definitely in on that call. Morella brings it up. Morella, that crazy running one-hander down the left side, doesn't fall this time. Schreiber had gotten to the ball. Now it's tied up on the floor. We got a jump ball called. Arrow favors the Raiders. So again, our apologies, some technical issues here on our side, so you're not hearing the dulcet tones of Rob Silver tonight. You just got me, at least for the first half. Of course, I'm Josh Abrams. We're glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube here on WACA-TV. That shot by Gentile well off the mark. Out of bounds, and the Clockers back-to-back, well, not back-to-back possessions, but probably 2 out of 3. Clockers end up with it after an air ball goes out of bounds off the Raiders. So here's Morella. Gets over to Schreiber. Clockers working things around the outside. Leone drives the lane. Can't get it past Gajewski. And the Raiders end up with the ball. Here's Powers. So, wild pass kept in bounds by the Raiders. Sperling dishes off to Powers. Inside to Gajewski. Battling off Leone. And Leone, she's done so many times this year, alters another shot. We're under a minute to go now. Morella. Going to reset things up here. Had an open three for a moment, but dishes to Schreiber. To Leone on the baseline, trying to work past Gajewski, but kicks it back up top. Morella now, 10 on the shot clock. To Carter. On the wing to Leone for three. No good, but rebound Thompson gets it out to Morella, who fires off a three, well off the mark. A couple of clockers collide. That was Carter and Leone. The ball goes out of bounds. Clockers still up by 5 with 29.4 seconds to go in the first half. And the Raiders will bring the ball up. Shot clock is off now. Here are the final 25 seconds of the first half. Sperling with the ball for the Raiders. Tries to feed inside to Gentile. Back outside. This is a 2. It's a nice basket there by Gabrielle Nugent. She has 5 tonight. 8 seconds left in the first half. Here's Morella driving. Brings it in, gets the foul. 4.2 seconds to go, and she'll go to the line. Foul called on Allie Powers, her second. Morella off the mark and looks at the sky in frustration. We've all been there, Rob. Morella hits the second one. 3 seconds to go now. Good coverage by Carter, forcing an off-balance last-second shot. No good. And so at the end of the half, it's your Clockers 29, the Somerset Berkley Raiders 25. So again, an 8-point lead at the end of the first quarter for the Clockers is now just a 4-point lead at the half. So certainly excited to have the lead here throughout the whole game, really, throughout the entire first half. But probably a little bit closer than Coach Dave Padovano would like to see. And playing with a very short bench tonight. I know Katie Klepper's unavailable, but he pretty much stuck with Vanessa Thompson, Catherine Carter, Julia Schreiber, Carly Morella, and Melissa Leone for the entire first half. So what we're looking at here, scoring totals. I'm going to give Carly Morella with 16 and 13 for Melissa Leone's. It's not a long scoring story here tonight. Just 2 scores on the books for the Clockers, but they are up 4 here at the half. And with that, we will take a break here in Clockertown. You're watching Ashland Girls Basketball on WACA-TV.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Townhouse. Pizza, roast beef, subs, and more. Make sure to get your fill with the buffalo chicken calzone that's been called one of the best in the area. Located at 300 Elliott Street in Ashland, give them a call at 508-881-3010 or find them on the web at townhousepizzaroastbeef.com.
Welcome back to second half action. Clockers Raiders. Clockers up by 4. No score here so far in the third quarter. Leone at the line shooting 2. Abby Gajewski with her second foul of the night. Leone hits. She had 13 in the first half. 1 so far here early in the third quarter. Hits them both. So that Clocker lead jumps up to 6. As Abby Powers brings the ball up here for the Raiders. 3-ball attempt by Gentile. She nails it. It's her third 3 of the night. Here's Morella pushing the ball up. Leone splits. Had a window there, but can't get it to connect. And the Raiders come up with it. Morella, the smart defensive play on the right side, gets the body, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. So, Morella with her first point of the second half. She had 16 in the first half. Raiders make a substitution as Audrey Sperling re-enters the game for the Raiders. Morella with a heck of a first half, 16 points, very physical, constantly driving the lane. Makes the Raiders pay there, hits both free throws. So that clocker lead is back up to 5 with just under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Kajewski tries to drive in, dishes outside. Shot rims its way in. Lily Byrne on the board for the Raiders. Here's Morella. Clocker's really pushing the ball up tempo here in the second half. Leone with a nice jumper. 4 points for her in the second half. 17 for the game. Powers sends it inside to Gajewski, whose pass is intercepted by Leone. And again, the Clocker's really pushing the tempo up here. Leone drives in and draws the foul. It looks like that one's going to go against Gajewski. If so, it'll be her third. That is the case. Okay, Leone with already her third foul shot of the second half. She has 5 points tonight in the second half. 18 total for the game. Clocker's now with 36. Leone breaks the logjam she had with Carly Morella. Now she has 19.
9 of 10.
9 of 10 for the line for Melissa Leone. Rob Silver, our statistician tonight, we're down a headset. I appreciate him sticking around to help out. That shot is way off the mark. Thompson pulls down the rebound. And here goes Morella.
That's it.
Carter on the line. Shot is no good. Morella tracks it down, tries to get it inside to Leone, but can't find the handle. Ball's loose, and Leone rolling around is going to wind up drawing a foul here. So that's Leone's second. Team's first of the half. We're going to have a timeout here on the floor with the Clockers up 37-30. So, again, it hasn't been the cleanest game tonight, but the Clockers have pretty much led from the get-go. The lead was only 4 at the half. It's now 7. Clockers 37-30. Kind of hard to do these dad jokes when it's just me on the broadcast, but we'll do it anyway. You know, my friend put his 4-year-old son in a Spanish immersion program for the past few months, but the kid still can't say please in Spanish. I think that's poor for 4. Rob knew that was coming and still rolled his eyes. So, do want to thank everybody who's just joining us upon the conclusion of The Big Bang Theory on TBS. Glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or catching us on demand. Glad to have you with us. It's Tuesday Night Hoops here on WACA-TV. Your Clockers in a first-round playoff game against the Somerset Berkley Raiders. Clockers coming in tonight ranked number 22 in Division II. The Raiders number 43. Both teams with similar regular season records. The Clockers at 9-10. The Raiders at 9-11. Raiders with the ball now here. Gentile looking for an opening. Dishes off to Powers. Draws a triple team and will draw the foul. She'll be going to the line. I think that one's going to be called on Julia Shriver. Oh, make that Catherine Carter. Either way, it's her first foul of the night. 5:12 to go here in the third quarter. Powers at the line to shoot 2. Hits the first one. Okay, Morella setting the tempo here for the Clockers. They have not made a substitution all night, and I'm not sure how much longer they can keep this pace up. Really pushing the ball up the floor every time. Morella's shot falls wide. The ball's loose underneath. Grabbed by Schreiber. Back up top. Morella shoots another three. And this time she finds the gold. It's Morella's first three-pointer of the night. She's at 21 points for the night. Here's Powers driving. Little finger roll. She had 2 points in the entire first half. Already has 3 here in the third quarter. 5 for the night. Raiders are picking up the defensive pressure now. Here's Morella driving right down the lane with the left hand. Looks like she took a shot there. She's a little slow getting up, but she will go to the line to shoot two. So Lily Byrne gets called for the foul, her third. Raiders have been in foul trouble all night, Rob. They had 10 plus in the first half. Morella hits the foul shot. Already with 14 fouls, and we're barely halfway through the third quarter here. Okay, Morella hits them both. Just a terrific night for Morella. Clocker's playing short-handed tonight. No Katie Klepper, and it looks like no Colby Lima. Powers really starting to take things in her own hands. Been very active here in the third quarter. And we're going to get an offensive foul called on Powers. That's her third. So the Raiders starting to play with fire here a little bit. They have 3 players with 3 fouls. But now they're picking up the defensive pressure. It's the first time we've seen a full court press from them tonight, from either team, really. Clockers break it relatively easily. Leone goes right on by, doesn't get the shot to fall, but gets her own rebound. Morella's, the Raiders are kind of overcommitting on defense right now. Carter's 3 goes wide. Great effort by Leone to track that one down, but it goes out of bounds off her foot and be Raider ball here, 3:46 to go. Clocker's up by 9. So here's Powers. Tries to drive the lane on the left side. Still with the ball. Dishes out outside now to Sperling. Give and go. Gonna get a reach-in foul here on Carter. That's a little bit of a ticky-tack, but they've been calling a pretty tight game tonight. So Carter's second foul. Non-shooting foul here, so the Raiders will inbound under the Clocker basket. Quickly out to Powers. Carter got a hand on it, but couldn't stop the pass. Powers for 3. Off the mark. Leone for a tough rebound. She pulled it down, though. Really pushing the ball up. Drives, takes the shot, and offensive foul called on Leone. So a little too aggressive there. Melissa's got to be a little careful now. She just pulled her third foul of the night. 3:13 to go here in the third quarter. And with that, Abby Rosenfeld will check into the game. It's the first substitution the Clockers have made all night. And that is a substitution you don't see very often. Abby Rosenfeld coming in for Melissa Leone. But with 3 fouls, can't take any chances. We're going to need Leone down the stretch here. Clocker's still up by 9. That's a 3-pointer by Lily Gentile. It's her 4th 3 of the night. Carter takes the 3. Thought she had that one lined up nicely, but it doesn't fall. Raiders end up with the ball. 6-point lead for the Clockers. Under 3 to go. Here's Powers. Raiders trying to take advantage while Leone's on the bench. I think that was a 2. Audrey Sperling. We're going to get a quick timeout here on the floor. So that Clocker lead had been up to 9. It's suddenly down to 4, which is where it was at the end of the first half. So while we have a timeout on the floor, take a quick look here at the NBA schedule. Just 6 games tonight, but it does include the Celtics hosting the Hawks at 7:30. Personally, I'm looking forward to Knicks Sixers, the rematch tomorrow night in Philly. So I'm Josh Abrams. You're watching Ashland Girls Basketball on WACA-TV. Glad to have you with us tonight. Quick programming note, our next broadcast will be Thursday night as Ashland Boys Hockey has their opening round playoff game as they host Amesbury at 6:30 at Loring Arena in Framingham. If you can't make it to the game, you can certainly join us here. WACA, Bob Savin and I will have the call on that game. The one and only game Bob and I did earlier this year, just a couple of weeks ago, was just an incredibly exciting 5-4 overtime win for the Clockers. They came back from a 4-0 deficit late in third period to score 5 unanswered goals. Just an impressive effort, impressive game, and just very exciting one to watch. Back to the action at hand, back here at the gym at Ashland High School. Girls basketball. Carter inbounds to Thompson. Seeing the full court press now. Thompson can't beat the double team, and turnover here. Ball's out of bounds, but it's going to stay Raider ball. They've got a bit of momentum right now. Clockers by 4, 2:24 to go in the third quarter. Clockers in a little bit of trouble here without Melissa Leone, a little bit of foul trouble. But force a bad shot there by the Raiders. Come down with the rebound, and here's Carly Morella. Outside to Abby. Here's a deep three from Morella. Just caught the rim. Rebound Raiders. They're trying to play a little bit of up-tempo basketball right now. A little miscommunication between a couple of Raiders. Schreiber got a hand on that one. Got to force the turnover there. It's the right call. A little bit of confusion between the two refs, but they did get that one right. Went out of bounds off the Raiders. Raiders dialing back the pressure a little bit now, going back to a half-court game. Morella bringing the ball up. 1:40 to go. Schreiber tries to set a pick. Morella driving right on down the lane and in. Believe it or not, that is Morella's first field goal of the second half. She had 16 points in the first half, mostly on field goals. A couple of foul shots in there. Here in the second half, 4, 6, 9 points. Here's a 3-ball attempt for Powers off the mark. Clockers come with a big rebound there. Clocker lead back up to 6. Morella with the ball here. Minute 12 to go in the third quarter. Schreiber to Morella. Back to Thompson. Some quick short passes here. Morella got an open look at a 3, but it's off the mark. The Raiders come down with it. Abby Gajewski again. Big rebound there for the Raiders. Here's Powers going to drive on Carter. Thinks better of it. Pulls it back out. Had Gajewski with great position inside. Somehow they don't call a foul on Morella. Play continues. Here's Morella forcing things down the lane. Wild shot out goes asunder. We got a jump ball. Abby Rosenfeld in on the action there. Somehow that arrow keeps pointing the Raider way. They're going to get the ball here, inbounding under the Clocker basket. But 37 seconds to go, and the Clockers are back up by 6. A long pass here. Got a travel call. Been calling that one all night long. Cosme with the violation that time. It's a big turnover here with just about 30 seconds to go. Carter will be inbounding, and the Raiders bring back the full court pressure. Schreiber has it. Tries to dribble out of it. Gets it to Rosenfeld. Ball just went off the fingertips of Sperling. The Clockers caught a break there, so only about 5 seconds go off the clock here. Carter will try inbounding again. Thompson has it. Going to dribble out of it.
Good job.
Able to break it. Pulls up. Abby thought about it. Forcing a pass inside into Morella. 13 seconds left. There goes Morella driving. Can't get the roll. Thompson had it for a moment and able to grab the rebound. And somehow draws a foul out of all that. So Cosme with her 4th foul. She's going to go ahead and grab a seat on the bench. So Carter inbounding to Schreiber. Morella fires off a shot. She's hobbling. I don't know if it's a knee or an ankle, Rob, but she's definitely hurting there. That shot was off the mark. And the quarter ends. Clockers up 44-38. So they're able to build that lead back up a bit. They were up 4 at the half. They're now up by 6. So we're going to take a quick break here between quarters. You're watching Ashland Girls Basketball on WACA-TV. Okay, welcome back to fourth quarter action here in Ashland. Clockers and Raiders. Clockers up by 6. Rob Silver helping me out here, looking ahead. Winner of this game goes to Chicopee. And again, Clockers up by 6 as we start fourth quarter action. Melissa Leone back on the court with 3 fouls. Leone with the ball right now. Foot inside the line. That 2 didn't go too far. Here come the Raiders.
Come on, Carly.
Catherine Carter with a rebound to Morella. She had Leone ahead of the pack, but chose to pull up. Schreiber with the ball now to Leone at the foul line. He's a deep jumper and gets a friendly bounce. I think that one got every piece of the rim before it found its way into the net. So, Clockers now by 8. Ball's loose, but kept alive by the Raiders. Back up top, Powers for 3. No good, Leone with the rebound. Okay, over to Morella, getting some one-on-one pressure here. Gets it off to Thompson, in the corner to Carter for 3. Just short. Rebound gathered by the Raiders, and they're trying to fast break here. Powers against Thompson.
Good job.
Back to Powers for 3, no good. Leone with a great box out job, comes down with that rebound. Getting pressure from Gajewski, dribbles right on by, up the lane, off the rim and no good. Rebound Raiders. The Clockers were outscored for the remainder of the third quarter while Leone was on the bench with 3 fouls, but Clockers still up here by 8. 6:15 to go in the game. We've got a foul on the floor. Not sure who that was against. Maybe she stepped out of bounds. I'm not seeing anything on the scoreboard. Leone with the ball now. Ball gets punched out to Schreiber, to Morella. Morella drives against Gajewski. That's a mismatch. Thought we were going to get a jump ball out of that, but it's going to be a foul against Morella. It's her second.
Stop forcing it, White.
Lily Gentile inbounding here for the Raiders. Up ahead to Allie Powers. She's one of the 4 senior co-captains on this team, Rob, and she's one of the true leaders on this team. Had a great season, great career here for the Raiders. Trying to shake off Catherine Carter. Carter able to deflect the pass, but it still found its way to Gajewski, who again gets called for a travel, and she looks a bit incredulous. 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Clockers by 8. Carter inbounds to Leone. Clocker should try to bleed a little clock here. Leone to Schreiber, to Morella. I mean, if I'm the Raiders, I'm really only looking to guard 2 players. Only 2 on the board tonight for the Clockers, Morella and Leone. Leone with less than 10 on the shot clock. Back outside. I don't think Carter knows how much time is left. There's back to Leone. Great backdoor pass, and Leone hits the 2 with about 5 seconds left on the shot clock. We're down to about 5 minutes to go. Clockers back up by 10, their biggest lead in quite a while. Might be biggest lead of the night, Rob. I remember them up by 9 earlier. It's a 3-ball shot that gets rims out. Here's Morella, 2 on 2. A wild shot, too hard, rebounded by Allie Powers. She was thinking about going coast to coast. Powers at the top of the key. Creates some space. Now to Gajewski. A nice little reach in by Morella, forces the turnover, and here's Leone up ahead to Carter. They've got numbers. Ahead to Morella. Not a great angle, but Morella converted it. Nice layup there. And a timeout on the floor. So what had starting to look like a little bit of a squeaker, Rob, a 4-point lead for the Clockers has blossomed into a 12-point lead with 4:20 to go.
How much to go?
I thought it was 4:20 to go. So again, our apologies, some technical issues here for WACA. We've got a bad headset, so Rob Silver playing statistician tonight for us, rather than my partner in crime here on the broadcast. Certainly missing his dulcet tones. So Clockers playing shorthanded, but they've got a 12-point lead here as we get close to about the halfway point of the fourth quarter. So I had mentioned earlier there, just before that timeout, the Clockers only have 2 scorers in the books tonight. So 27 points for Morella, 23 points for Leone. And that's the 50 total the Clockers have. They've been going with a 6-player rotation, and honestly, that 6th player only saw a few minutes. It was Abby Rosenfeld, as Leone had picked up her 3rd foul about halfway through the 3rd quarter. She's really the only Clocker in any kind of foul trouble right now, while the Raiders have Harley Cosme with 4 fouls, and then Powers, Burin, and Gajewski with 3 fouls apiece. Here in the second half, the Raiders have committed 16 fouls, so we're getting close to bonus time for the Clockers if they can continue forcing the issue down low. Raiders with the ball. Powers had a window for a moment, pulls it back out. Back up top now. Inside to Buron. She tries to drive on Leone, and it certainly didn't work out for her. Out of bounds on the Raiders. And the Raiders are going to go to a full court press here. Carter inbounds to Leone. Leone just goes right down the middle, kicks it outside to Schreiber for an open 3, just off the mark. Thompson with a big rebound. Morella thought about the 3 and wisely pulled it back. We're under 4 minutes to go now. Clockers with plenty of time on the shot clock. Padovano shouting instructions from the sideline. Schreiber gives to Leone. Stops, pops, just off the mark. Sperling with the rebound for the Raiders and brings it up court. Okay. Raiders trying to work around the perimeter right now. A little give and go with Powers. It was just too tight. Couldn't make that work. And here comes Leone. Drives to the left side and puts it in for the layup. That was an impressive offhand layup for Leone. Ticking down to about 3 minutes to go in the game. Clockers up by 14 now. A nice pass to Powers. Kind of forced an off-balance shot. She didn't have to take that one off balance. We've got a ball out of bounds here under the Clocker basket. It looks like it's going to stay there for the Raiders. Carter gets a hand on it. She's been playing some terrific defense tonight, breaking up passes all over the place. So now the Raiders will inbound in the corner under the Clocker basket, and Carter again breaks it up. That ball's moving further and further away from the basket every time they inbound. So here's Gentili again inbounding to Powers, unmolested this time. Here's a 3 from the corner, off the mark. Morella has it. And we've got a timeout called by the Clockers. So a quick timeout here called by Padovano. 2:47 to go. Clockers up by 14. You're watching Ashland Girls Basketball on WACA-TV. So, by the way, just want to remind folks, the Clocker Club's Clocker store is open 24/7. You can pick up the latest in Clocker gear and fashion, including hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Check out clockerclub.org for more information. And if you haven't joined the Clocker Club yet, register on their website. Membership starts at just $25. 5 of those dollars goes to the Clocker team of your choice. You can register for a silver, gold, or platinum membership. Prices range from $50 to $100, and you'll receive a Clocker Stadium blanket. And again, we mentioned the Clocker Club Invitational, the golf tournament, coming up in May. Can't believe it's March 1st here already. Spring is just around the corner. At least hope spring's eternal. I, for one, am done with winter, so looking forward to the warm weather. And certainly have the golf tournament circled on my calendar, May 19th in Sutton at the Blackstone National Club. For more information, check out clockerclub.org/golf. So coming off the timeout now, the Clockers up by 14. Morella bringing the ball up under some heavy pressure, almost dribbles right into a double team. Driving out, kicks it outside to Leone. Thought she was going to step back for a three. Winds up deferring to Morella as Leone goes back under the basket. Now back up top. 7 on the shot clock. Leone tries to drive. Ball's turned over, and here come the Raiders. Terrific positioning and calling for the ball by Lily Burren. She has 4 points tonight. We get another quick timeout here with 2:13 to go, and it's starting to see a little strategy from the two coaches, some clock management going on here.
Gotta take advantage of the 1-and-1 now.
So timeout on the floor. Clockers up 52-40. Winner of tonight's game goes on to Chicopee.
Deep in thought.
I'm trying to add up 20's point. Oh, do you have it?
Yeah. 27 for
So again, a pretty successful winter season here for the Clockers as boys hockey is going to the playoffs. Their game Thursday night. And some success, individual successes in track, boys track, swimming, and wrestling. It's a big weekend here for the Clockers. Girls basketball looking to move on, hosting tonight's first round playoff game against the Somerset Berkley Raiders. Okay, coming out of the timeout, Clockers are going to stick with their original starting 5. So you have Thompson, Carter, Schreiber, Morella, and Leone on the floor for the Clockers. 2:13 to go. Raiders full court press here. Carter and Morella gets double teamed, gets it out to Leone. They've got numbers if they hurry. It's over center court. They're going to call, it's a tough foul. They're going to call on Leone, just trying to get some space off of her defender. And that's going to be Leone's 4th foul. So it's going to be a very interesting 2:03 here in the 4th quarter. Again, the Clockers up by 12. They've got some breathing room, but they don't have a lot of breathing room. Thompson almost read that pass beautifully, almost knocked it away, but Raiders hold on to it. Ball's forced inside. A high shot, no good by Burren. And here comes Leone forcing it up court, getting into the half court to avoid a press from the Raiders. 1:40 to go. Morella backs it out. And now we've got a foul called. And that puts the Clockers in the bonus. 7th team foul of the half. And that one's going to get called against Burren, her 4th. So
6 of 9. 6 of 9 for the line tonight.
Morella steps up here. She's 6 of 9 so far. Okay, make it 7 of 10. She is having herself a night. Okay, Morella makes them pay. Hits both foul shots. Clockers by 14 with a minute and a half to go. Here goes Sparling. Raiders moving the ball around nicely. Here's a jumper. And 1. So Gabrielle Nugent with her first points of the second half. And a late foul called here against Vanessa Thompson. That's her 3rd. Okay. Nugent misses that second foul shot. Clockers come up with it. It was a little bit of a scrum there for a moment, but Leone tracked it down and got the ball under control. And here's Morella guarded closely by Gentile. Leone now way outside. Down to about 10 on the shot clock now. Leone draws the foul off of Burren, and that's going to be Burren's 5th. So Lily Burren fouls out. And our mystery player number 21 checks back in for Burren. Leone at the line to shoot 1-and-1. Both teams in the bonus now, by the way. Under a minute to go. Clockers by 12. Leone doesn't hit it. The Raiders end up with it. And here comes Nugent. Ball's turned over. Thompson with it now. Morella. 42 seconds to go. Morella closely guarded here by Gentile. Clocker's just playing the clock right now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pick set up by Schreiber, who took a body. Morella drives in, can't get it to fall. Raiders end up with it, but there's under 20 seconds to go. Here's Gentile with a shot. Closely guarded by Schreiber, definitely affected that shot. Long pass broken up by Leone. Clock stops with 6.3 to go. And the Raiders will be inbounding under the Clocker basket. There's the inbound, a wide open shot, no good. Gonna take another one, also no good. And there's a buzzer beater for Gabrielle Nugent, but it's too little too late. Your final tonight, the Clockers win 54-44 and move on in the MIAA Division II playoffs. So a lot of unusual play here tonight, not the cleanest of games, but again, both teams hadn't played a game in about a week and a half. Clockers came in tonight ranked number 22 and hosted number 43 Somerset Berkley Raiders. Again, the Clockers led from start to finish, but oftentimes it got down to 4 points, but Clockers were able to pull away at the end, and you end up with a 10-point win, 54-44 your final tonight. So just want to say thanks again to our crew, Tom Hamilton, Nick Cunningham, Justin O'Brien. So I really want to say thanks to Rob Silver. Hopefully we'll get our headsets working for our next game. So for all of us here at WACA, just want to say thanks for watching and go Clockers.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Townhouse. Pizza, roast beef, subs, and more. Make sure to get your fill with the buffalo chicken calzone that's been called one of the best in the area. Located at 300 Elliott Street in Ashland, give them a call at 508-881-3010 or find them on the web at townhousepizzaroastbeef.com.